President Donald Trump arrived at his Trump National Golf Resort in Doral Saturday, set to host GOP leaders for a conference. This man hopes this message makes it to him.
If I get a chance to talk to you, man, yo, please, man, let's work something out. So you, man, let me keep my wife here. And you know what I'm saying, man, she deserves to be here, man.
All right, we got to talk about this dude from Miami going on the local news to beg Donald Trump for his wife back after watching her get deported only a few days before their anniversary. And from what I can put together, it sounds like she was only a collateral arrest during a completely different ICE raid that was going on, and she ended up getting deported despite being in the process of getting her paperwork done. But let's break down this entire story from start to finish, titled "Miami Man Claims Wife Was Detained in One of Several Florida ICE Raids." Quote, "They snatched her." And some people online were claiming that this dude voted for Trump and is now begging Trump to work something out. Please, man, let me keep my wife. We don't know if that's true or not, but I just want to break down the facts of what we have. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe. Before we even play this entire video, can I just point out that Donald Trump is already disappointed with the results of his mass deportation campaign so far, and he's trying to push ICE to aggressively ramp up the number of people they arrest, which necessitates arresting and deporting non-criminals, which is slightly different than what they promised off the bat. They said they were only going to go for the worst of the worst, people who had committed crimes in this country, and it seems like they're already breaking that promise and just deporting people who are still in the process of getting their paperwork done. Okay, before we start there, let's back this up and let me show you that from 2008 to 2019, you can very clearly see Obama's first term had more deportations per day, per year than Trump's first term, despite Trump being the one who uses this brash, abrasive rhetoric about immigration. I don't have to explain to you guys what he's called them, all of the terrible adjectives. Obama never did that. Obama, in fact, had very strong rhetoric while still being kind and empathetic, and you can see that he was more effective at the goal. And I'm not saying the goal is to deport more people, it's to make sure there's a baseline level of deportations when people are committing crimes in our country. If somebody is a repeat offender and they've been here for 8 years, at some point, yes, they should be a part of the routine deportations. So my point is, Donald Trump is not carrying out the deportations that he claimed he would, which is a good thing, but he's sensationalizing the deportations he's carrying out and acting as if he's more strong than Obama or Biden on deportations or immigration, when it's just not true. And behind the scenes, we know that he knows that. U.S. immigration and customs enforcement officials have been directed by Trump officials to aggressively ramp up the number of people they arrest from a few hundred per day to at least 1,200 to 1,500. But that's a big goal, and the resources just aren't quite there because the president has been disappointed with the results of his mass deportation campaign so far, according to 4 people with knowledge of the briefings. Right now, Trump is deporting the same amount of people that Biden was, maybe even less, on a day-to-day basis. But he has Dr. Phil there to sensationalize it, to slap Trump's name on it a little bit, and present it as some tough, unprecedented crackdown when it's generally just the routine deportations that happen under every single presidency. Yesterday, people were confused. Adam, do you think he should be deporting more people? Is that your point? My point is not that Trump should be deporting more people. It's that he's sensationalizing the routine deportations that he's carrying out when there needs to be routine deportations. If there are criminals in our country, then yes, at some point you have to deport them. But now Trump is veering into deporting ordinary people. Because what happens when you repeatedly manufacture an emergency where immigrants are painted as the perpetual threat to this nation, as a perpetual threat to your daily life? As this person points out, manufacturing a perpetual emergency constantly requires new enemies. You have to continue to make the enemy worse and worse as the emergency doesn't get better. As you realize you can't actually execute on what you promised, you have to continue to up the stakes, and that leads to deporting non-criminals. So Donald Trump recently told his people to just start deporting people even if they didn't commit crimes, and that leads to what we see today. One man told CBS Miami News that ICE took his wife during a raid in the Miami neighborhood of Brownsville. Quote, "It's despicable what they're doing now," he said. "She is in the middle of the citizenship process." Again, she is in the middle of the citizenship process, claims the husband, and their 11-year anniversary is on Friday. Not a criminal, unlike Trump. Now, most conservatives will say she's been here for 11 years. Why didn't she already file her paperwork? But we don't know the full story. We don't know how long she's been here. We don't know how long ago she moved here. We don't know if their first anniversary was in a different country and she's only been here for a few years. There's a lot of stuff we don't know, but we do have a video of this. And this account on Twitter says, this Florida man who voted for Trump wants to work something out with Donald Trump after ICE snatched up his wife and deported her back to Venezuela. Now, this has 3.8 million views, and I will say, we don't have confirmation that this guy voted for Trump. That's not something that the full report points out, but many people in the comments are speculating due to the way he talks about Trump. He sends out a plea to Trump that maybe he's a fan of the guy. And let's watch this full video from the source.
He wants the president to let his wife stay in this country. He tells me their 11-year wedding anniversary is on Friday and that his wife was in the process of getting her citizenship. This is an exclusive first look at one of many ICE raids happening in South Florida Sunday. This one happening in the neighborhood of Brownsville.
They went up in there and did whatever they wanted. They turned off the cameras, excuse my language, and then they took my wife.
This man who wished not to be identified says his wife is from Venezuela and has lived in the United States for a few years. She was one of 3 people taken from this home. I'm told the 2 others were men who worked in construction. You see them here.
All right, so that's why I said I think she was only a collateral arrest. They were going for these men who were working in construction, people who are working to better our country, and they end up arresting this guy's wife as well.
This video, only 1 minute and 52 seconds long, we do not see his wife being removed from the home. But this is a picture of her that he keeps in his wallet. Her name is Vianis Ramirez, and he says she was in the process of becoming a United States citizen.
She already had a court date. She was good. Everything's good. He just came in and snatched her.
These are pictures from the Department of Homeland Security detaining other undocumented men and women in Broward County.
It's despicable what they're doing right now. It's very embarrassing.
President Donald Trump arrived at his Trump National Golf Resort in Doral Saturday, set to host GOP leaders for a conference. This man hopes this message makes it to him.
If I get a chance to talk to you, man, yo, please, man, let's work something out. So you, man, let me keep my wife here in the United States, man. She deserves to be here, man.
I mean, overall, it's quite a sad story. And then I saw this post on Reddit after. I'll keep the poster anonymous, even though it's a public post. They said, quote, "They took someone's wife in Florida, and now I'm scared my wife might be taken too. My wife and I have been married for 2 years now and have a daughter of 1 year old. I heard in the news today they took someone's wife today. They've been married for 11 years and she was just finalizing her papers and had a court day," as the husband said. "My wife and I just filed paperwork and I can't remember which one to be honest, but it's for her to become a resident here in the USA. I'm a US citizen and she's not. We got our I-130 approved, but I'm scared ICE isn't going to care." Now, there's no reason to be scared. I personally think while it is scary, the Trump admin is rather toothless. Again, they way overpromised. They said they were going to deport 21 million illegal immigrants. Number one, there aren't even that many illegal immigrants in the country. Number two, their numbers haven't even gotten close to that. In fact, they've basically been tracking alongside the Biden admin. Maybe yesterday they beat the Biden admin's average deportation by just slightly, but even this Trump supporter on Twitter posted some facts. 538 deportations of illegal immigrants are not significantly higher than those of the recent past in the Biden administration. The Immigration Authority reported more than 170,000 arrests for 2023. That's an average of 467 per day. And in 2024, it was much more. They then say the DEI is bottleneck. I won't even read this about the DEI, but then he then says, assuming that the 467 deportations can be realized in the long term, we are talking about almost 130,000 deportations per year. If we are talking conservatively, calculated 13 million illegal immigrants in the USA, then this means the Trump admin will need 100 years to deport them all. He then says, I'm sorry, but the Trump admin has made so far no progress on accelerating deporting illegal immigrants in the US. And again, I'm not saying that I want that. I'm just reading what this Trump supporter is saying. And even Selena Gomez the other day posted a video where she was talking about it. She's Hispanic.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. So many people are getting attacked.
And of course, after she says that, Charlie Kirk, with zero empathy, says, Selena Gomez sobs uncontrollably amid ramped up deportation of illegal aliens. I mean, just the worst language possible. Here's the thing, Charlie Kirk. If there is somebody who is here illegally and they come here and they commit crimes and they show that they are not going to help contribute to America to make it better, and you want to deport this person who's committed heinous crimes, you can go for it. Every single Democrat will say, you can go for it. We're not going to sit here and say, oh, this murderer needs to stay in the country. We have a problem with you conflating every single illegal immigrant with the murderers, or every single immigrant in general with the murderers. That is where the problem comes in, because when you start conflating these people, you are stirring up xenophobia and racism. That being said, any criminals, I don't have any sort of empathy for them. Charlie Kirk is under the impression that liberals want to protect the guy who killed Laken Riley, protect that illegal immigrant. No, throw that guy in prison for life or get him out of the country if he's going to be killing young women. We're not going to be defending this stuff. Either way, this is a story. Let me know what you guys think about this story. Let me know your honest thoughts. I saw a lot of people arguing in the comments. Someone said, if she's been here for 11 years, then she should have been deported long ago. They had a MAGA profile picture. Number one, we don't even know if that's the case. She could have just moved here a few years ago. We don't know the full facts, but just let me know what you guys think about the story in general. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.